So what's good, y'all? We back with another video, and these videos really suck to make because obviously the NBA, the big part of every season is rookies, first round picks, lottery picks, second round picks, it doesn't matter. Rookies are always a big part of every NBA season. And it looks like we're going to be missing out on one of the top picks in the 2022 NBA draft in Chet Holmgren, who's out for the year for the OKC Thunder with a foot injury that he suffered in a Pro-Am game. Now, first things first on the situation, let's talk about it from all perspectives. First perspective being Chet Holmgren. Now, to him, he probably just feels like this is a freak accident. It happens, he got hurt, he'll bounce back, he'll be back next year. But if I'm OKC, it's like, alright, he hasn't even played a game yet, an actual NBA game, an actual NBA practice, and he's already out for the year. This sucks. This really sucks if you're OKC because you don't even get to see the man play and you selected him second overall. And the thing is, there were already, injury concerns with him being the weight and the height that he is. So we'll see. I hope his career never turns out to be like that, but you never know with these kind of guys. And it's getting off to the wrong start already with his career, with him being out for a year. But like I mentioned, everything could be fine and we could just turn the page going into next season. But not only that, it's like, when you look at this season for the Thunder, when they were going into it with Chet Holmgren, it was like, alright, maybe this team has some aspirations to make a play-in push. At least try to get a 10 seed, a 9 seed at best. Now it looks like they're just going to be another team that's going to be at the bottom 5 of the league. And they're just going to finish with a top 3 pick again. That's pretty much what it looks like. Now, I know they got some new younger players like Jalen Williams and Ousmane Dieng, but that's it. This team hasn't changed that much for me to be like, alright, this is a team that can still bounce back without Chet. I just don't see it. Now, obviously, SGA coming back is big, but even when he was healthy last year, it wasn't like they were blowing my mind. They were just a regular team that was young, makes a lot of mistakes, and they're trying to get better. That's it. And that's what they're pretty much going to be this season. They're not going to be good. Chet being out is going to hurt them in a lot of ways, especially on the defensive end. I thought the defensive end was going to improve a lot with Chet being able to be on the floor, but without him, pretty much going to be middle of the pack or below average yet again. So when you look at it from a Thunder perspective, it sucks. It definitely sucks for this season because now what went from being a play-in hopeful is now just another year of tanking. And now you have to consider this SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's been on the Thunder now for a few years. He had 1 year where he made the playoffs with Chris Paul. And besides that, he's been on a whole bunch of tanking teams. How many tanking teams is he going to play on until he gets to the point where he's like, alright, I don't want to be here anymore. Now, I know Thunder fans don't want to hear it, but the time will come if this doesn't stop. So this is going to be another tanking year. I think he'll wait it out because Chet Holmgren will be back. But something to keep in the back of your mind in case it ever does happen in the future. Because you never know with the NBA. You just never know. And now from an NBA team's perspective, outside of OKC, you're not going to want your top picks playing in these Pro-Am games anymore. It's not happening. Like, I guarantee you the Orlando Magic are not having or letting Paolo Banchero play in another Pro-Am game for the rest of the offseason. You won't see it. So the impact it's going to have around the league, pretty major. You won't see a lot of it happening now. Obviously, you'll have the established players playing like LeBron, Jason Tatum, because they run their franchises, it feels like. But that's it. You're not going to see the young players playing like that. You're just not, because of this whole situation. And now it's like, it just pretty much sucks because I wanted to see Chet Holmgren play. I wanted to see him play. I thought he was going to have a pretty solid year. But now he's just not. And you know what? Another interesting dynamic that I'm thinking about right now is, imagine if OKC gets the #1 pick in the 2023 draft. Imagine if they select Victor Wembanyama and put him at the 5 with Chet Holmgren at the 4. That's low-key insane. That's actually crazy. The potential is crazy. But the injury concern is also crazy as well, with Wembanyama being like 7'3", 7'5", and like the skinniest frame of all time. So definitely a positives and negatives, but pretty interesting dynamic to look at. You never know, they could even trade the pick because Victor Wembanyama, the command, the package that he's going to require will be crazy. So we'll see what happens, but as for this season for the Oklahoma City Thunder, pretty much just went right down into the toilet. It's not even worth even watching if you're not an OKC Thunder fan now, because it's like, alright, you know, you got some nice little players, but the main thing was to see Chet Holmgren play with SGA and Giddey. And, you know, with the rest of the guys. Now you just don't see it. So that's pretty much going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, let me know what you guys think. What's next for the Thunder this upcoming NBA season. This has been a checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.